Alright, guys, welcome back to More Ignorance in Basketball. Now, it's just another day, another win. It's just another day, another win. I want to start this episode off on some random shit. I was just watching a show on Amazon called Invincible. Pretty good. It's like this superhero show. And guess what? They did not pay somebody with less than 300 subscribers to say that. That's just coming from the heart because I just watched it. And I figure, hey, this is a cult. We can talk about a little bit more than basketball. Speaking of that, this is a cult, right? This is a family, some might say. And I don't really know anything about you guys. You guys know a little bit about me. You know I'm fucking crazy. Chris Paul fan, and that I think it's ring season in this bitch, and you know how I feel about every game, but you don't know anything about me, and I don't really know anything about you guys. So I need you guys to drop top 3 favorite movies in the comment. That's what I need. We need to build some synergy. I don't know what that word means, and we need to build some. We just need to get a little bit more familiar with each other in the cult. All right. I think that's it. Those are my only updates. So let's get into this game because it wasn't a pretty one. It was ugly as all hell, but it was a win. And a win is a win. Is a win. What? Okay. Let's just get into it. Okay? Another game where the fucking Suns could not buy a basket. The basketball god was like, "Fuck you. You're shooting like dog shit." For how many games has it been? Like fucking 3-4 games where they've just been shooting horribly. It feels like this whole road trip they have just not been able to buy a basket, and that's a beautiful thing because they finished the road trip 3-4, and of course because it's the Suns they had to lose to the shittiest team they played by far because that's just what they like to do. It's just what it is. This team still has a lot to figure out. I recorded this video a couple times already, and I was just bitching about the late game execution and the turnovers late, and I had to check myself because it's like I forget how young this team is. Everybody, I know there's a core, but a lot of people are new. Most people are new. And because of the pandemic and everything, they've had like no fucking time to practice. They're not even allowed to like hang around each other. It's crazy. So I say this to say, the fact that the Suns are the second seed this early is great. This team has been performing fucking amazingly. I know we bitch about little things, but sometimes you just got to take a step back and be like, damn, this is pretty fucking crazy. The Suns went from not making the playoffs to being the second seed in the fucking West. The East doesn't even count. They have like 2 good teams every year. I don't know what it is. I don't know why the East has been shitty since the fucking 90s, but it just has, so whatever. But you know what I mean, Colt? It's like sometimes we just got to take a step back and be like, damn, that's pretty fucking crazy. And that's the kind of day that I had to have today. Also, we need a name. I don't know what the name of this cult should be, but I feel like I should leave it to you guys to pick the name because we are a family. So I need some recommendations for names in the cult. For names for the cult. And I need the movie titles because we got to get to know each other here, people. You know, we talk in the comments every day, but what do we really know about each other besides basketball? Not much. And hey, you know what? That changes today. So let's get into this game because it was ugly as hell. So the Suns shot 35% from the field. Goddamn, is that their worst shooting performance of the year? Because it fucking feels like it. 20% from 3. 8 out of 40. Damn, that's bad. And then obviously, you know, they're a good free throw shooting team. So 86%. They needed every single fucking percentage tonight. But the thing about this is how poorly their shooting is. Like, if I had told you the Suns had done that, right? Shot 35% from the field, 20% from 3, had 15 turnovers, and only scored 101 points in a fucking, I almost said a playoff game, in an overtime game, 99% of people would be like, oh yeah, the Suns definitely lost that game. But because their defense is so fucking crisp and sharp and another adjective, they fucking pulled out the win just like the Raptors game the other night. And that is a beautiful thing. And this is what are they, fourth in the West? West in the East, which is fucking crazy. You can be a 500 team and be fifth in the East. That's how shitty the East is. But you know what? No. Yeah, that would get you ninth in the fucking West. And a lot of teams have fallen off, like the map. How the fuck are the Spurs the 7th seed? I don't know how much, what's his fucking name? I keep wanting to call him Patton Oswalt. Coach Pop gets paid, but he needs a raise. He needs a raise because can you name 3 players on that team? I can, but just barely. So they damn sure don't have any fucking all-stars. DeMar DeRozan is close, fine, but he didn't make it after like 4 injuries. So he's not hooping like that. Let's be honest, guys. But yeah, man, I just had to take a step back and be like, this team is fucking performing exceptionally well. Now, don't hear that, and that makes you think, oh, he's giving up. He doesn't think it's ring season. Of course I think it's fucking ring season. But still, I have to learn to appreciate the little things in life. You can't just be looking at the fucking finals since the beginning of the season, which is what I've been doing. That's why when they won this game, I was like fucking mad the whole time. I was like, why am I so mad? It's because of the late game execution pissed me off. But I watched the post game interviews, and that's all they talked about. And that makes me feel warm inside my chest, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I just drank a really nice glass of apple cider, and it was a little cold outside. So it like warmed me up, and I'm like, you know what? This is nice. That's what it felt like. So that's a beautiful thing. And I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's just get into It's like, what? Is he having a stroke? What the fuck is he talking about? You know what? Shit. I didn't even get into the defense. I did a whole fucking speech on how proud of the defense I was, and I didn't even get into the statistics. So they kept the Hornets to shooting 40% from the field. Kiss my ass. That's great defense. 30% from 3. That's great defense. That'll get you a win most of the time. I mean, not when you shoot worse in both categories, but hey, man, that's impressive. This is how the fucking Suns won the game. They forced Okay, that's weird because earlier when I recorded it, it said 21. Now it's saying 20, so there's some sort of conspiracy there. And, yeah, that's weird. They took a turnover from both teams. Interesting. Google, I'm fucking on to you. Okay? I'm on to you. I know what you're fucking up to. You're up to some bullshit. Let's get into the individuals. Now, player of the game, I think goes to Mikal. This man had 6 fucking steals. He only scored 13 points, which actually is about his average. I think he's averaging, 14? 4 assists, 13 points, 4 assists, 8 boards. He had a lot of crucial rebounds, just like the Raptors game. I mean, this guy is the fucking guy you want on your team. He's just the guy that rarely makes mistakes, just plays fucking hard, plays smart, is a good defender, just is in the right spot at the right time. And he's what is this, his 3rd year in the league? He's going to have a long fucking career. Mikal Bridges was such a great pickup for this team. Jay Crowder, horrible game offensively. He was 0 for 9 from the field. 0 for 9. Stop shooting. I'm just kidding. Keep shooting. His only 2 points were from the fucking technicals Monty let him shoot because he's like, we got to get this man in rhythm. He cannot buy a basket. Didn't work. It's all good. Still got the win. And we got to give a shout out because, yes, the Suns had 2, I think at least 2 really bad turnovers late. One from Chris Paul, one from Booker. And I was like, why are you trying to hurt my soul right now? But Crowder, right after the Chris Paul turnover, Crowder stole it back and they got the fucking ball back. So plays like that are what make champions. And I will believe that until the day I die. So the fact that you have a guy like Jay Crowder and Bridges that just make winning plays, that's muy bien. Now, Ayton, he fucking balled out. He had 14 points, 14 rebounds in 34 minutes. His defense was good. He didn't get into foul trouble again. Now, I think he could have had at least 20, but they just weren't really going to him late at all. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but they weren't going to him late. But he kept them in the game early. Booker gave you a very smooth 35 points, 3 assists, 6 boards in 42 minutes. Also, Google, I'm fucking onto you. When I looked this up earlier, it said he played 54 minutes. And I'm like, bitch, the game isn't even that long. And I know he didn't play every single second of the fucking game plus extra time, because that doesn't make sense. So, Google, I don't know what your problem is, but just know that I'm fucking onto you. Chris Paul, 16 points, 1 assist, which is like his fucking career low must be, and 2 boards, 38 minutes. Solid game. Not a lot of assists, but I mean, when your team is shooting 20% from 3, I get it. It makes it a little bit harder. Now, Torrey Craig, I asked about him in the last video. How you guys feel? This man's just stepping up, getting a lot of minutes early. Now, I told you, he's basically taking the Nader minutes, but Nader, it has been hurt since Torrey Craig came in. So, I don't know how many minutes Torrey Craig is going to be playing when Nader comes back. If he just took his minutes, I have no idea. I think Nader deserves minutes, but on a team where you have literally 5 fucking small forwards and like 3 of them could start, I don't know who's going to get what. I like Torrey Craig. I feel like, this is how I feel about Torrey Craig, okay? I feel like he's a player that's not really going to shift you either way. He's not really going to be like, oh, fuck, we got this guy on our team. Or he's not like I see a player like Mikal, who any team he plays on, he's always going to have a positive effect. Damn near every game. He's never really going to drag you down. He's going to guard your best player, or maybe second best player. And, he'll always be a net positive. I feel like Torrey Craig is always going to be pretty much neutral as far as, being on a team. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Those are my thoughts. Like today, he'll have like a turnover that'll lead to a 3, right? And then maybe he'll get a block and a 3. So it kind of like balances out. That's kind of how I see him, but I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Cameron Johnson, not a great game. He did not score. I forgot how many 3s he missed, but it was a decent amount. He had 1 assist and 1 rebound. Now, I'm sorry, cult members, but as the leader of this cult, I have to keep it real. I have to bring this up again. Last episode, I asked you guys, because it was right after the trade deadline, and I did a little bit of research because I'm a pro, and they were basically saying the thing that stopped the Suns from getting Gordon was Cameron Johnson being part of the trade. And I asked you how you guys felt about that. Every single member of this cult was like, hell no. We are not fucking trading Cameron Johnson for Aaron Gordon. He is better than Aaron Gordon. Fuck Aaron Gordon. He can go fuck himself. That's what every single one of you guys typed. I thought it was weird. I didn't know, but I don't ask questions. So I got to bring this up. Even I said, Aaron Gordon has a lot of pussy tendencies. Why are you taking step back 3s when you're fucking like 6'9" on Kyrie Irving in the 4th quarter of a game? That's unacceptable. So I'm like, is it an Aaron Gordon thing? Or is it just a we're not getting rid of Cameron Johnson thing? Because look, all right, this fucking team needs a 4. And I mean, look, this is all just for fun because as we know, the trade deadline is over. But as the members of this cult, I want to know where you guys stand. So look, Aaron Gordon, fuck him. He's pussy. He's out. But what if we could get a really good 4? What if we could get a Sabonis, a Bob's Burgers? If we could get Sabonis, because he was in some trade talks. I don't know what teams wanted him. They weren't really clear about that. But let's say, I'm not a fucking GM, but let's say Cameron Johnson, like a first-round pick, and a couple other, maybe like Saric or something. And maybe like, I don't know, one other player we don't really give a shit about that doesn't play minutes. Pick whoever you want. Whoever is the most likely to make this trade happen. Would you guys be okay with that if they lost Cameron Johnson? I'm assuming we're okay with like a Dario Saric on a first rounder to get Sabonis. I think we can agree that that's a win. But I want to know, so would you guys be okay with that? Let me know because I'm fucking curious. If you guys say no to that, I mean, come on. I looked it up, and Cameron Johnson has not had over 15 points since February 7th. It's been over a month. Damn near 2 months since this man had even 15 points. So I need to know where you guys stand. I'm curious. There are no wrong answers. There's a wrong answer. I'm gonna be real. There's definitely a wrong answer. Let's keep going though. Dario Saric. Still, it's been 6 games since this man has made a jump shot. Do I need to hire a coach? Do we need to start a GoFundMe? I don't know what's happening. I know. I'm just being nitpicky. I know he'll be ready for the playoffs, but look. Okay? You're in the fucking NBA. I need you to hit jump shots. I'm sorry. You need to hit jump shots, dude. It's been 6 games. 6 games, people. Cameron Payne, 6 points, 2 assists, 2 boards. He played pretty good today. The only thing about Cameron Payne is I just want him to be a little bit more aggressive. I feel like he can get to the rim pretty much whenever he wants. He just doesn't do it that often. Because he's not going to... I mean, in the playoffs, I want him to be playing fast at all times pretty much. That's kind of what I want for Cameron Payne. I want him to be attacking. I want him to pick up full court and pick up the pace of the offense. That's pretty much all I want from Cameron Payne. Langston Galloway, 1 board, 3 minutes. How are you gonna give my man 3 minutes in the whole game? I feel like that's kind of fucked up. But hey, I mean, a lot of people didn't even get to play. So, also, I still want to see some Kaminsky minutes. Now, how did you guys feel about this game? God damn, this video long as hell. How did you guys feel about this game? I'm curious. And yeah, I think that's it. So, wrap it up. Invincible, good show on Netflix, a little violent. So if you're squeamish, maybe it's not for you. And also, if you don't like superheroes or animation, also not for you. I need your guys' 3 top movies, or I will accept top 3 TV shows as well. Don't overthink it. Just be honest. There are no wrong answers. There are definitely wrong answers. We got to take a step back as a cult. Not speaking to everyone, really just speaking to myself here, and just learn to appreciate tough wins. Not every fucking game's going to be a blowout, even if it's a shitty team. They easily could have lost this game, and they didn't, and that means something. So, shout out to them for that. And other things I forgot. So, oh yeah, the Cam Johnson shit. Let me know about that. But this video has been long enough. I will see you guys after the Hawks game. That's exciting, because the Hawks are red hot. And this team hasn't played against a really good team in a while, so I'm excited. Maybe since the Sixers game? When was that? 5 years ago? I don't know. I have no concept of time. But that's it for today, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.